Aloha and good afternoon, everyone. It is 2:37 on this Thursday, March 6, 2025. I call the Committee on Innovation, Technology, and Entertainment meeting to order. I want to welcome Committee Vice Chair Tupola, Councilmember āina, Councilmember Okimoto, Councilmember Nishimoto, and Councilmember Chair Tommy Waters. Pursuant to Section 92-3.7 Hawaii Revised Statutes, this meeting will be conducted as a remote meeting by interactive conference technology. The following procedures in effect for the meeting: members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda in person in the council chamber and remotely when each agenda item is taken up, as both English and Hawaiian are official languages of the state of Hawaii pursuant to Article 9, Section 4, the Hawaii State Constitution, Section 1-13 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes. Members of the public may testify in either language. For our testimonies offered in Olelo, Hawaii, additional time as may be necessary will be allowed for the testifier to provide an English translation of their testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their name. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statement and is limited to a 1-minute presentation on each item. All persons who have registered to testify in person will be called upon first. When the timer goes off, please conclude your remarks promptly. Persons who have not registered will be given an opportunity to testify following the registered testifiers. Once in-person testimony has concluded, I will proceed to remote testimony. All persons who have registered to testify remotely by video conference or telephone will then be called upon. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompt. For persons who are testifying by telephone only, I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When your number is called, please listen for the prompt and unmute and press *6. When I call for anyone else standing remotely, please utilize the Zoom hand raise hand button to indicate your desire to speak. For those joining us by telephone only, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. So friendly reminders and tips: video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you are watching the proceedings on Olelo, please mute your television when you are called to testify. When the timer on the screen reaches 0, please conclude remarks promptly. HR Section 92-3.7 requires that all votes at remote meetings be conducted by roll call unless unanimous. Therefore, our first call for objections, if there are any, I will call for a roll call vote. Written testimonies include the testifier's email address. Phone number will be available to the public as described on the posted agenda. As a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones for the duration of the meeting. Before we get into our 2 items, I'm going to pass it over to Chair Tommy Waters. We have some special guests in the chamber.
Thank you, Chair Tulba. Really appreciate the opportunity to introduce some very fine, distinguished guests of ours from Japan. But first, on behalf of Councilmember Tupola, Councilmember āina, Councilmember Wire, Councilmember Okimoto, and Councilmember Nishimoto and myself, I'm happy to introduce one of our favorite sister city mayors and chairs of Chikazaki. First, Mayor Sato, if you could stand up. Aloha, Mayor Sato. All right. Also, I had the opportunity to get to know my counterpart, the chair of the Chikazaki City Council, Chair Kishi. The wonderful thing about Chikazaki is they love Hawaii. And when we visit them, apparently every May through August, the city employees are allowed to wear every day to work aloha shirts. And they have their own aloha shirts commemorating 10th year anniversary of the sister city relationship between Chikazaki and Honolulu. So welcome, and we look forward to seeing you every year at the Honolulu Festival. So thank you. Thank you, Chair Toba.
Chair, would they like to say a few words?
Would you like to say a few words, Mr. Mayor?
Well, I have to say thank you very much to invite in the City Council of Honolulu. This is very good experience to talk with us. I hope all of us, all of you, come to Chikazaki, and you are very welcome anytime. ありがとうございました。
Thank you. All right. Moving on to item number 1, Resolution 25-55, confirming the appointment of Nancy Casadro to serve on the Commission of Culture and the Arts of the City and County of Honolulu as a representative of the urban design category for a term expiring on June 30th, 2029. Members, I've posted a CD1 submitted by myself. For your information, amendments are listed on the agenda. And here, to say maybe a few words, is Nancy Cassandro.
Aloha. Thank you for this opportunity, Councilmember Tulba and other council members here. My name is Nancy Cassandro. I'm a landscape architect. I've been living and working on Oahu for 1995, so I guess that's officially 30 years. And I'm happy to share my educational background in landscape architecture and my professional skills for the past 30 years and service to the city. I don't know if there's anything else I can add, but if you know anything about landscape architecture, we design everything on the exterior. We do streetscapes, we do parks and recreation. We do a lot of hotel resorts here in Hawaii as the resort industry. So that big indoor-outdoor environment. And my experience on the mainland when I worked in California included a lot of streetscapes and urban design elements. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Members, any questions? Okay, Councilmember Tupola.
So you yourself did the streetscapes, like you painted it?
What we are is landscape architects. We do the design and construction documents, and then we observe the construction installation. So think of a landscape architect as an architect. I'm not actually installing the concrete work or anything. Contractors bid for projects, just like how you do any city capital improvement projects.
And then what is the name of the company that you're referring to?
Our company is Umemoto Cassandra Design. And full disclosure, it's my husband is my business partner and my life partner. And it's our own firm located in Kailua.
Nice. Yeah, we need some miracle to happen at the DMV and Waianae, like some landscaping, beautifying miracle. I would love for you to come and look, tell me what you envision there, because we need to have a vision. So I'm excited by you joining us, and thank you very much for your service on the commission. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. All right, we'll now proceed to in-person testimony in the council chamber. Is anyone registered to speak?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, we'll move on to remote testimony. Anybody online?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, members, we are in discussion. Okay, no, I got to spend some time with Ms. Cassandro, and I learned a lot about landscaping. I learned a lot, and we are very short in this craft. So her coming on and her leading the charge with new students at the University of Hawaii gives me a lot of hope that one day we'll have a bunch of students and amazing people on our island that can do amazing and beautiful things to make our city look awesome. So thank you for taking this task on. Okay. The chair recommends that Resolution 25-55 be amended to the posted CD1 identified as OCS 2025-018/2-28-2025, 9:22 a.m. Any discussion? Any reservations? The resolution has been amended to a CD1. Okay, the chair recommends that Resolution 25-55, CD1 be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any objections? Any reservations? Hearing none, so ordered. Okay, Moving on to item number 2, Resolution 25-48, urging the city administration to create an Oahu tourism strategic plan. Members, we have posted CD1 submitted by Councilmember Āina, and that's OCS 2025-0186 2/28/2025 at 3:36 p.m. For your information, the amendments are listed on the agenda. I will have Councilmember Āina to explain.
Thank you so much, Chair Tulba, for agendizing my resolution that urges the city administration to create an Oahu tourism strategic plan. I introduced this resolution after I was informed that all other counties in Hawaii have established and are implementing official tourism strategic plans to guide sustainable visitor management and ensure equitable economic benefit. In contrast, Oahu, the state's most visited island, receiving 5.6 million visitors in 2023, accounting for 58% of Hawaii's total tourism, lacks a long-term, county-led plan to balance tourism's economic contributions with its social, cultural, and environmental impacts. Without a comprehensive strategy, Oahu remains reactive rather than proactive in addressing issues such as overcrowding at popular sites, strain on public infrastructure, and concerns from local communities about over-tourism. Creating an Oahu tourism strategic plan will provide an opportunity for the city and county of Honolulu to articulate a clear vision for Oahu's tourism future, incorporating measurable objectives, specific action plans, and enforceable accountability measures to balance economic benefits with environmental and cultural protections and community well-being. After considering the mana'o of experts and stakeholders within the tourism industry, I drafted the CD1 we are discussing today because it is clear that Oahu must shift towards a tourism model that actively restores and improves Oahu's natural and cultural resources through sustainable and regenerative tourism. Additionally, with your permission, Chair, I would like to propose a verbal amendment to the CD1 version of the resolution to add the Director of the Department of Enterprise Services into the last "be it resolved" clause to be placed after the Executive Director of the Department of Economic Revitalization. Mahalo again, and I urge my colleagues to support this resolution.
Thank you, Chair. From the administration, we have Amy Asobai, Executive Director of the Office of Economic Revitalization.
Thank you, Chair Tulba, Vice Chair Tupola, and council members. We look forward to continuing to work with the council on this resolution and appreciate, as the office that was the first to establish a regenerative tourism position and focus on this issue as a priority for the city. And so with me today is Guillaume Maman. He is the Office of Economic Revitalization's Regenerative Tourism Program Manager and has worked very closely with our stakeholders, both public and private, in the hospitality sector. Our first big project with them, once the position was established, was to work on the Oahu Destination Management Action Plan. And that has been a part of our work in the county's goals in terms of what are our priorities for the first 3 years of that action plan. We believe that a tourism strategic plan on Oahu would be a great idea to make sure that not just the partners in the city, which was the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Department of Emergency Management that participated in the DMAP, are involved, but a broader representation of city departments that have responsibilities related to the hospitality sector here would also be involved in an Oahu tourism strategic plan. So we think getting those priorities on paper, setting goals for various departments that align with our stakeholders in the community would be very important. We are committed to regenerative tourism, meaning that the hospitality sector is adding more to the lives of our people and this place than it extracts, right? So we know there's dollars that are made here on Oahu related to hospitality, and we would like to keep many more of those dollars here in terms of supporting people with long-term jobs, but also in protecting our natural, cultural, and historic resources. So thank you, Councilmember āina, for introducing this resolution. We've appreciated the conversations with you thus far, and we look forward to determining next steps on this process.
Thank you, Director. Is there any questions from Councilmember āina?
Thank you, Director. And I have appreciated our discussions on this matter, but in my inserting the Director of Enterprise Services, I guess my question is, with regard to moving this forward, is it better suited to be in your office, or is it better suited to be in the Department of Enterprise Services? Not just the issue, but I intend on putting some money in the upcoming budget to contract out to have someone work on this plan. So I'm just curious, do you think that this is better suited in your office or the Department of Enterprise Services?
I appreciate that the Department of Enterprise Services should be very involved in an Oahu tourism strategic plan, and have not had a conversation yet with Dita and Tracy in that department. So hearing this for the first time, wide open to that conversation and how you see this working and being implemented. And they're a huge part of the actual facilities that both our residents use heavily and our visitors use heavily, our golf courses, the Waikiki Shell, et cetera. And so I think they're an important part of the next steps for this, so I look forward to a conversation about that.
Okay, thank you. And, okay, the reason I just want to make clear that one of the reasons that we're even doing this is because I feel that we need to move beyond collaboration, which is the kuleana of a lot of other stakeholders, and we need to take reign of what we as a county can do, and I just don't feel that we're there. And I'm just trying to trigger that so that we have a roadmap so that we could use everybody's time wisely and we can actually see some tangible benefits for the city, and not just have to follow the lead of the other stakeholders, because we have a lot at stake here, and we need to have skin in the game.
Awesome. Anyone else with questions? Okay. All right, we'll now proceed with in-person testimony in the council chamber. Is there anyone here to testify?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, we'll move on to remote testimony. Anyone online who would like to testify?
Chair, there are none.
Okay, members, we are in discussion. I just wanted to say thank you to Councilmember āina. I think this is excellent. I think we have a great opportunity to expand and help and create a thriving tourism industry. So thank you so much for bringing this up. Okay, so the chair recommends that Resolution 2548 be amended to a posted one, CD1 OCS 2025-0186 2-2825 at 3:36 p.m. and be further amended to add the Director of the Department of Enterprise Services to the last be it resolved clause to be placed after the Executive Director of the Department of Economic Revitalization. Any discussions? Any reservations? Any objections? Okay. The chair recommends the Resolution 2548 CD1 be reported out for adoption. Any discussion? Any objections? Any reservations? Hearing none, so ordered. Mahalo everybody for attending and participating in today's meeting. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.